Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I want to talk about what everyone is talking about with the Kameo fighters. So Ed Boon recently did an interview with Warner Play Latino, and he basically confirmed that Kameo fighters can be anything, and that includes guest character cameos.
Speaking about the cameos, can we expect new original characters for the cameos or just original characters?
You can expect anything, I think. We plan on releasing more cameo characters after the game is launched, just like we're going to do regular the main cast characters. So we're very excited to explore, even guest characters for cameos, and so I think that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Alright, so there you go. I do want to talk about this a little bit, and everyone is giving their 2 cents about it, and I think that since I really do enjoy Kameo fighters, I've been one of the people that really am hyping this up, which I hope doesn't, shoot me in the foot, but I really do think Kameo fighters is a huge opportunity for a lot of things. But let's talk about the elephant in the room, and that is the horror icons. With this game being a thing, a lot of people are talking about the guest characters, and there is already some that are leaked or heavily rumored, and I won't be talking about those, but there is also some very heavily fan requested characters, and these characters do include a lot of the horror icons, some of which have been in other Mortal Kombat games like Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, Leatherface, even Alien. Like, characters like this are horror icons that people want to see back. Even if they are a cameo fighter or they are main roster, people want to see these characters. But this also includes characters that are completely new and a lot of people want to see in Mortal Kombat 1. Characters like Ghostface, Pennywise, even Chucky. And a lot of people hear that and they're like, You're nuts. Chucky in Mortal Kombat is not going to work. Just because of his physical size, he wouldn't work as a main roster character, unless they wanted to give him like a mech or something like Ferritor. So that's why when Kameo fighters were introduced as these assist characters that don't have to be fully playable characters or really even be realistic, this was the perfect opportunity for characters like Chucky. So now people can actually have these hopes realized in a Mortal Kombat game. I personally am not super connected to the horror icon characters, but I really do understand the hype behind them. Especially a character like Chucky, who again wouldn't work as a main roster character, he's just not big enough for it. But as a cameo, it would be so sick. Like, he comes in through the corner of the screen, starts like stabbing their neck and then leaves. It would be such a cool thing to see. But on top of this, I think it actually opens the door for a lot more. So here I'm about to get on my high horse, my certified, cameo dick rider attitude, which you guys know I'm a big fan of Kameo fighters. Ever since they've been announced, I've been somebody who has talked about them in very high regard. And yes, I have not played the game yet, right? I probably won't play the game until the beta unless I get into the stress test, so I do not really know how they play. Maybe I won't like the way they play and we'll see, and I'll eat my words. But up until this point, I have talked very highly about them. And this is one of the many reasons why I think this is much more than just a gameplay mechanic. Kameo fighters can open the door for so many characters that we would never see as a main roster character. Characters like Mutaru, Moloch, again, even in these guest characters like Chucky, or characters that aren't humanoid, can actually be cameos. Imagine they wanted to put the shark from fucking Jaws in Mortal Kombat, and you do the cameo button and he just comes through and does like a huge chomp at the enemy. Stuff like that can actually happen with Kameo fighters, and especially on the topic of guest fighters, I think that this actually leads to easier, obtainable characters because of licensing issues. So for example, let's say that Goku was going to be a guest character in Mortal Kombat 1. They'd have to get the licensing rights for Goku himself, all of his moves, and then also the voice actors. Whereas with a cameo, for example, let's say Goku comes in and does like a few punches or something, you don't have to get the rights for every single attack in his arsenal. You wouldn't have to get the rights for the voice actor unless he said something in that attack. So I really think that this opens the door for multiple guest characters that are only cameos, which sure, some people would want to see these characters be fully playable, and I get that. But I think that the fact that we can even have this big arsenal of guest characters, even as cameos, is a huge opportunity. But even with actual Mortal Kombat characters that we haven't seen in such a long time, or haven't seen playable, like the Shadow Priest could be a playable character thanks to the cameo system. All the eras of Mortal Kombat will be represented in some way in this game. So that's why, in the grand scheme of things, I really do think that Kameo fighters are more than just a gameplay mechanic choice, and bring this huge level of representation that could not be possible in any other Mortal Kombat game. This is such an open door to different guest characters, Mortal Kombat characters that can finally return, and also just like very gimmicky things that you wouldn't be able to put in an actual character's moveset, since they won't be a fully playable character. So again, I really do think that Kameo fighters are a great decision, and is going to be something that a lot of people might be on the fence about right now, but once we get to see the full potential potential of this, it will be something that makes Mortal Kombat 1 extremely special. So yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts on this, and also drop 3 characters that you would love to see as guest characters or as guest cameos. I would love to hear what you guys think. And with all that in mind, I'm just gonna leave you guys with this. Ed Boon, I know you watch the channel religiously, and all I have to say is, Springtrap for MK1.